Welcome to Omron's SIP Safety Solutions video series. In this video, I will be discussing how Omron can help solve the challenge of troubleshooting machine safety on the factory floor with integrated safety solutions. A frustration for all maintenance teams is troubleshooting intermittent stops caused by the safety system. For example, a robot welding process that randomly shuts down due to a safety alarm. By their very nature, you can't predict when an intermittent stop is going to happen, except you know that it will always be at the most inconvenient time. Resolving the problem usually involves several people chasing several different theories and can take hours or days. Of course, you want to find the root cause as soon as possible, but you also want to keep your maintenance team safe by limiting their need to access the machine hazards as they troubleshoot the problem. Our solution can help you both keep your team safe and troubleshoot intermittent stops. We provide safety system monitoring and troubleshooting functions on the HMI, as well as embedded safety data logging functions. These functions are simple to use and do not require any additional development. They are plug and play, while providing operators and maintenance people crucial information to help identify the cause of a sudden stop. You can monitor Safety I/O directly on the HMI to save time and quickly test the status of a safety device. With our safety data logging function, you can monitor multiple signals, capture the data and graph it on the HMI to help identify the root cause of the sudden stop. Let me show you these features using the demo. The HMI on this demo includes available custom screens for monitoring network configuration status, Safety I/O monitoring, and maintenance functions that include loading and viewing data log files to help troubleshoot safety systems. First, let's look at how we can check the status of the network configuration from the HMI. One of the screens available on the HMI is the EIP monitor screen. With this screen, we can read the configuration of the network, as well as register a new network configuration. It will also show if something has changed on the network. If a device is added or removed from the network, the screen will indicate that there is a mismatch with the registered configuration. All of the devices connected to the network, including their IP addresses, are shown on the screen. You can use this screen to also check the status of devices connected to the GI-S remote I/O blocks. After selecting the module, a screen will appear showing the status of the module indicators as well as current I/O status. If I change the state of one of the connected devices, it will update the status on the screen. The next screen that can be used for troubleshooting Safety I/O is the Safety I/O monitor screen. Here you can select the specific CPU rack you would like to review. All of the modules on the rack will be shown, with the ability to look at their product information, as well as I/O status of any Safety I/O cards on the rack. Next, I would like to show you the data logging function and how it can be used to provide additional information to help in troubleshooting the safety system. The safety data logging function records exposed variables and device variables used in the safety program of the safety CPU unit. The function logs the specified variables in the volatile memory and saves the log data to the SD memory card in the CPU before and after the trigger condition is met. First, let's go to System Studio to set up the data logging settings file that will be used to define the parameters for data logging. To set up the settings file in Studio, select the Safety CPU in the Multi-View Explorer window. Then select Tools from the menu bar and then Generate Safety Data Logging Settings file. Make sure that the safety program has been validated before creating the settings file. The parameters to configure in the settings file include a logging settings number and ID, logging start condition, the trigger condition, sampling interval, data ratio after trigger, and the target variables that you would like to monitor. Once these parameters are set, select Generate to create the settings file. Copy the settings file to a USB stick under the Data Log Settings File folder and attach to the HMI. This settings file will be selected on the HMI maintenance screen before viewing the created data logging files. The data logging can be set to start logging at startup or by pressing the service button on the front of the safety CPU. I'll show you how to start data logging using the service button on the front of the CPU. First, make sure that you have an SD card installed in the NX CSG unit with a folder called SFLOG. This is where the log file will be saved. Now go to the HMI maintenance screen and select the data log settings file and download to the safety CPU. To start logging, turn on switch 2 of the safety CPU. Press and hold the service button on the front of the unit for 3 seconds until LO is displayed. Then release the button. Data logging will now be active. Data will be collected as the state of the devices specified in the settings file change. The status of the data logging will be shown by the status of the left and right dot on the display of the safety CPU. When the output of the log file is complete, the left dot will go out and the right dot will turn on. The log file can then be checked by selecting it from the maintenance screen on the HMI. After selecting the file, you have the option of showing all of the variables, or you can choose which ones you want to view. The Data Log Viewer screen allows you to see the timing diagram to help you troubleshoot and find out what specific devices may be causing the issue in the system. This data logging feature is a very powerful tool that can be used to find issues quickly and reduce downtime, especially with larger safety systems. In this video, I have discussed how Omron can help solve the challenge of troubleshooting machine safety on the factory floor with integrated safety solutions. For more information on Omron's SIP safety solutions, please visit our website at automation.omron.com. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope it was helpful.